So we're going to talk about movies, specifically like mostly B and horror movies. So most people are probably familiar with The Room. Fantastic, wonderful, so bad it's good movie. Now, the reason that it is, I got two copies of it because I'm an idiot. Um, they both have the exact same special features. There's literally no difference between these two. The only difference really is that one's a Blu-ray and the other's not. But what makes these movies good is that they went into it trying to make a good movie. That earnestness, that like the desire to try to make something good and it doesn't turn out good. That is what makes it so bad it's good. Um, Not every movie falls into this. I get really kind of not annoyed, but like it's discouraging to see people kind of like call like movies like Sharknado or like Zombies versus Mummies, um, or like what was the other one? Wrestlers. It was like Zombies versus the Undead versus Wrestlers or something like that. Those movies were not trying to be like anything other than a B bad movie, and that's fine. Like it's okay to watch and enjoy those. I like them, but I find it complicated when you see lists where people are like, top 10 so bad they're good movies, and it's like that. It's not that bad. Like Sharknado is not that bad. It's okay. It's like it compared to some of the other movies that I'm going to show you on my list. Sharknado looks like a goddamn piece of masterwork. So let's go ahead and get into top 10 so bad they are good movies. And I'm going to say movies because not all of these are horror movies. Most of them are, but not all of them are. And most of them I own on DVD or Blu-ray. So that's the other kind of caveat. These are not just movies that I've pulled off of the internet, but I don't physically own the copies. I feel like if you're going to say something is so bad it's good, you should probably also own it, right? Like, you need multiple copies of The Room. Otherwise, what are you doing with your life? Alright. Oh, shit's falling. The kind of impetus for doing this whole list is Evil Night, directed by Todd Jason Cook. This is, I think I just have to show the trailer more than anything. I don't even know if I can explain it. When someone tells me they want to see movies like The Room, this is the one that I kind of immediately think of because it is not like The Room in the sense that it's a horror movie. The Room is not. But it's like The Room in the sense that there was some real honest to goodness effort put into this to make this good, and it just didn't turn out good. And I think that's kind of the best thing about it. So yeah, watch the trailer.
God, come on, y'all! A direct hit. I'm really sorry about all the things I ever did to you. I want to make it up. Oh, no. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Assholes.
So, creature features are a thing that you don't really see as much of in like mainstream horror movies. They were a really big thing for a while where there'd be like some big thing that literally is killing everybody. And this first one that we're going to look at is The Being. This is a great movie. I'll show the trailer for it. Here you get Martin Landau. You get Who else is in this? Let's look and see. I'm just gonna read the blurb. This is a great movie, but it's basically just a creature feature. It's Martin Landau in a creature feature called The Being. You can kind of see the cover kind of tells you what to expect. You get a creature, you get guys with guns, you get girls with guns. It's the 80s, 1983, I think, 82. So, yeah, you kind of know what to expect when you see The Being. But who else do you get? So you get Martin Landau. We get Kinky Friedman is in this, Johnny Dark, Kent Perkins, and 70s sex symbol Ruth Buzzy. So it's also written and directed by the guy that did Blood Diner. So another great movie. So The Being.
In the distance, the town of Pottsville, Idaho.
Dr. Jones, isn't the dumping of radioactive waste into the aquifer contaminating our drinking water?
Exactly what do you mean by contamination?
A small town, not much different from any other Main Street USA.
This is the kind of contamination we really have to worry about. It's everybody's responsibility to keep pornography out of this state.
Strange and unexplained events are occurring.
You say your friend was pulled out of the car by some guy in a monster suit. What in the hell is this stuff?
Some people are missing.
Well, the only explanation I have is it's some sort of genetic freak.
But why is it so intelligent?
It's conceivable it can use a higher percentage of its brain, and at the same time be completely psychotic.
The ultimate terror has taken form. And Pottsville, Idaho will never be the same.
Another creature feature, but this one is a little bit different. This is more modern. I say that loosely. It's like 20 years old now or something. But How to Make a Monster. I remember seeing this on late night HBO when I was a kid. HBO or Cinemax, I can't remember which one, but they used to show it all the time. It was always past 12 o'clock at night. They would show random horror movies. Most of them were not very good. This was one that they showed a lot, and this was about these guys trying to make a video game, and they suck at it, and they need to get it done very, very quickly. There's there's like a MacGuffin that kind of makes them stay overnight at this studio. They get like a porn star to come in to get posed naked, and then lightning happens, and all of a sudden you get just an insane thing. It's a stupid movie. It really, truly is. But it's a good one. How to Make a Monster. The effects, as it hypes up, chilling virtual nightmare beyond their wildest imagination. Yeah, the effects are absolutely garbage. Absolutely garbage. They were garbage for the time. This came out in 2002, and the effects are like early 90s, like PlayStation, is what it looks like. So they're trash. But it's funny that they tried to make that. Yeah. How to Make a Monster. Good one.
Entertainment. Lou Arkoff, Colleen Camp, and Stan Winston, Academy Award-winning special effects artist for Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, and Aliens, present Creature Features. At Clayton Software, a new team of experts has been assembled to complete the most frightening video game ever.
Evolution. Kill or be killed.
This game is going to help you think. It's going to learn as you play. No game will ever be the same.
Yeah, and your AI engine is going to give Evolution a brain.
No, better. It'll give the game personality.
So where's my mark?
Anywhere you'd like. The remotes in the suit are fully charged.
Now, their ultimate deadline.
Come on. What's going on here?
Is about to get deadly.
Ready to die?
There's nowhere to run.
So the computer's controlling the suit.
No place to hide.
And the computer's playing the game.
Our game. Evolution. Kill or be killed, or death is the only escape.
When the game
Where's your monster now?
knows your every move.
It's getting smarter.
Or it can't do that. It's just a game.
No, it's not. It's everything.
How do you kill something that isn't alive? Clea Duvall, Julie Strain. How to
Scott Shaw. So, interesting character. First off, to buy most of his DVDs, you're going to have to go to his website. Secondly, to watch most of his movies, you're going to have to get the DVD. Third, most of them are terrible. Fourth, most of them also have Frank Stallone. Why? I don't know. He just shows up sometimes. So yeah, this is not Rock and Roll Cops, which is the movie that we're going to show the trailer for. Rock and Roll Cops is a fucking amazing movie. It's so stupid in so many ways, and it's not a horror movie, which I kind of like. It feels like those episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they redo Lethal Weapon. That's what it feels like. It feels like if someone took that idea, but actually made it into a movie and did it like decades before the It's Always Sunny guys did it. Scott Shaw did things like that. This is another one of his movies called The Legend of the Rollerblade 7. This is my favorite of his movies, but Rock and Roll Cops is probably one of my favorite movies to watch, to show people, because this is not something you can just spring on somebody. You got to be prepared for The Legend of Rollerblade 7, because it's a trip. You can show anybody Rock and Roll Cops, and they'll have fun with it because it's so stupid. Here's a trailer.
Jake, you like me.
We've done a lot of business together over the years.
What's your partner's name? I can't remember it because every time I say it, I can't sleep.
When I was a kid, my mother used to beat me. So therefore, now that I'm a grown man, when I get pissed off, especially at a woman, I get this urge to beat the shit out of them.
Lieutenant, I think you're out of your jurisdiction here, but I'm having a little talk with the monk man here.
Did you get his wallet yet?
No, I didn't.
Maybe if you give me a couple $100 and we'll talk some more.
I'll give you a couple $100. Yeah, and I'll kill you right after.
Get me some action around here, man.
Ouch! That must have really hurt.
Oh, goodness! Oh!
Oh! Ow! Oh!
Oh, goodness! And oh!
Stand up! Stand up!
Oh!
Oh, I almost forgot. Jake is a rock and roll cop. My ass.
Good night, sir.
Turbulence 3, heavy metal. So basically the premise is, what if Marilyn Manson went on an airplane and killed people? Is basically it. 2000, 1999, 1998 when they filmed this. It's good. It's better than Turbulence 1 and 2. It's got Rutger Hauer in it. What more do you need to know? And it actually has some surprising twists and turns. It's one of those movies that you watch it and you think about it and you're like, oh, this is going to be terrible. And the music is terrible. Like, the heavy metal band is just a Marilyn Manson ripoff. It's basically what it is. It's basically kind of like what Iron Maiden ended up doing somewhere, where they played a concert from an airplane that people could live stream. Except there's a hacker, there's sexy FBI agents, there's a terrorist, there's Rutger Hauer. There's just all these random things that get thrown into this movie. But Turbulence 3, heavy metal, especially if you like heavy metal themed horror movies, which is a subgenre of a subgenre of a subgenre, this is a good one.
The stage is set.
Right now, I'm boarding Z-Web TV's specially designed, absolutely radical 747 flying music station. It's like no airplane you've ever seen.
Why don't you log on to the site and see if we can't get a train?
Craven's on.
Yes!
You got a bite?
Let's take this hacker down.
We'll have field ops handle it tomorrow. It's not our job. So what do you think of this guy's music?
It makes me think of now.
30,000 feet above the ground.
Are you sure you're up for the ride?
200 fans on board.
Well, then let's party.
10 million watching online.
The self-proclaimed Dark Angel Blaze Craven! It's getting rough up here.
Picking up the edge of the storm.
You could get your ass busted for this.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna happen.
FBI, stand up.
They're about to make history.
You decided to go against my orders and bust this guy on your own.
We got some serious business to attend to here.
See what's going on before we get to bad weather.
And now you're trying to convince me there's some sort of a plot on an airplane?
We have a visitor.
Liv! Die!
Get us online right now.
You sure do have good timing, detective.
Or go down with it.
Now the party gets real.
Under no circumstances are you to allow him to try this.
And what if the plane crashes?
Why do you think he's doing this?
We're all in this together.
He could overpower the satanic hijackers.
The party is about to end.
The hacker has a direct feed into the broadcast.
Grab the throttle control on your right and pull it back now!
This plane's gonna crash within minutes.
Terror that will rock your world.
Yeah!
And we're all going down.
Turbulence 3, heavy metal.
Sledgehammer. Not the song, but the Shot on Shittio movie. So this is one of the first, as the trailer will show you, this is one of the first movies that was ever shot on video, horror movie, for mass production, for many, many people to watch. So yeah, someone took like at the time, this is 1983, they took a home video camera like you would use to film your son's soccer game, and they used it to make a movie. And it's terrible. But, like The Room, there's some kind of like brilliance in its badness, and it makes it go from being bad to being just fantastic. And it's something that cannot be missed. Yeah, and you can buy this on Amazon. I think maybe if you order it on Target, maybe you can get it that way. But I picked it up on Amazon. It's by Intervision. It's a re-release, obviously. It's not like the original VHS copy, but Sledgehammer. A good one. Good one.
Now we're gonna have some real fun.
Hey, an orgy! All right, that's what we're waiting for. You fool that you have. Hey, let's get started.
Put your shit on. Quiet. I'm talking about a seance.
Reb fucking Brown. It's really all you need to know about some of these movies. There's a legit list of just Reb Brown movies that you could do for a list like this. He kind of made his career on being the schlocky Arnold knockoff. If you couldn't afford Arnold or Sylvester or Dolph or Jean-Claude Van Damme or Chuck Norris or Steven Seagal, maybe you could afford Reb Brown. And so he did a lot of bad movies. One of them is Firing Line with Shannon Tweed. I like this cover. This movie is really, really bad, but it is also really, really funny. Just watch the trailer and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It is ridiculous.
Captain Mark Hardin. I'm a military advisor.
Oh, American Peace Corps?
Not quite like that.
He is an enemy of the people.
I am a fugitive of the government. I'm wanted as much as you are.
How dare you get me mixed up in this? I can't wait to get stateside. I've had enough of this shit.
Most people who watch a lot of horror movies have seen Demons. Classic horror movie. The whole way it's presented is very Italian. It's got a lovely soundtrack. The whole thing is just great. Some other people have seen Demons 2, which basically takes a similar concept, but now you put it inside of a high-rise apartment, which is kind of cool. It's a fun twist on the whole thing. But there was a third Demons, kind of. Demons 3, The Ogre. This is actually barely even Demons 3. I think it was actually a TV movie in Italy, and then when they released it in America, they gave it the title of Demons 3, but it has really nothing to do with Demons 1 or 2, which even Demons 2 and Demons 1 don't really have necessarily a whole lot to do with each other either. I mean, they're somewhat related, but not like super much so. You could very much watch Demons 2 without ever watching the first Demons, and you'd be okay. You could watch this without ever seeing any of them and still would not be okay because it's completely terrible. But it is a fun time. It is very late 80s, is how I would describe this. Very late 80s. And it very much feels like a TV movie, and that's because it is. It's a TV movie that got put on DVD and got eventually slapped with the Demons logo at some point. Even though it really doesn't have much to do with demons, it has more to do with dreams about an ogre killing people, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, the trailer kind of tells you pretty much everything you need to know about it. There you go.
in here.
Next up is, where's it at? Ooh, L.A. Street Fighters. Now, Miami Connection is the more well-known movie of this director. That movie, largely due to Alamo Drafthouse, went through like a big resurgence where it became a huge cult movie. But before there was a Miami Connection, there was L.A. Street Fighters. If you like guys in their 40s playing high school students, this is the movie for you. If you like bad audio dubs, this is for you. The cake scene is amazing. The cake scene is always going to have a special place in my heart because it's one of the very first things I ever texted my wife. I texted her a clip of the cake scene from this movie. We were talking about bad movies that we both liked, and I mentioned this one and she had never seen it, and I sent her that, and she immediately was like, I need to watch that movie. And yeah, I'll try to include it here as well. But L.A. Street Fighters, same guy that directed Miami Connection. This is kind of like Miami Connection's little brother. It's very, very good. L.A. Street Fighters.
If you are new, you're supposed to report to me. To who? You see, I run this school.
I hope you don't fight him. Besides, you're a much better student than he is.
Why'd you come to this territory and take our job?
The job was given to us.
Here.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, I don't care about the money. I just want to teach them a lesson. And who are you?
That's none of your business.
What do you want with my son?
Get out of the way!
So some of the books that really talk about movies that are kind of cool that I just wanted to highlight, not part of the list, but just things. Bleeding Skull, the first one and the second one are really great. And this one as well, Analog Nightmares. This is just a shot-on video horror book of 82 to 95. Basically all of, not all of, but a lot of the movies that were shot on video. This covers all of them. You get interviews with people. It's a great book. Pick them up on Amazon or wherever you buy movies at, or wherever you buy books at. Both good ones. The good news about some of these movies, like LA Street Fighters, is that some of them you can actually pick up in compilations. So, like, I own LA Street Fighters, the disc, but I also own it as part of several of things like this, which are these like 4-pack, 5-pack movies. Sometimes you'll see them where they'll have like a 10-pack Kung Fu movie. They'll have like a 10-pack Kung Fu movie thing. I have several copies of it in that way as well. This is another one of those. This is the bonus I was going to talk about. This is Barbarian Queen. This is the Roger Corman Sword and Sorcery collection, where it's basically just a bunch of Deathstalker movies, and then you get Barbarian Queen and the Warrior and the Sorceress. And of these, they're all pretty bad, but Barbarian Queen is particularly fun to watch. Here's the trailer.
Be no man's slave and no man's whore. I'm going to get it back.
I want her alive.
Blow those candles.
Blow the candle. Blow the candle. Come on, blow the run.
Go ahead, Mark.
I can't.
What? Come on, Mark.
Yeah, man, what's up?
I just never remember having a birthday cake before. I've been on my own all my life. I had to sleep on the streets with those bums. And I really promised myself I'm never going back. And I owe this to you, Young. You've been like family to me.
Come on, Mark. We love you too.
It's okay, man.
That's
Thank
all right.
you guys. I really appreciate it.
Come on, man. We're making